my first presentation in English. So please be convenient and judge my idea and my performance. Unfortunately, this is my computer, so I don't have my notes. So would we won't be so soon. So how to finance rights to mass? That's the question, isn't it? I claim that rights to mass, human crew, and even the establishment of permanent bases there can be financed by private money, but with very significant risk. Once more, people who would finance this, let's call it the mass project, again, would get their money back and even make some profit. I know that it sounds completely ridiculous, but I think which might enable this is in your pockets. Here. Or rather here. As you well know, these pieces of paper where $1, €1, £1 is written is so-called fiat money. They can be created at will without any limits, and this is exactly the problem, at least for some people. So, how could be someone discussed in fiat money be connected with rights to mass? I suggest that the connection could be quite fundamental. In essence, I suggest a creation of new type of money, which can be backed by which can be backed by space transportation. If the term sound money stands for money which can be created out of the air, you can call sound money as well. This money will get people who would pay for construction of Europeans capable of reaching mass. So, instead of paying miners, if I could compare it with gold, so instead of paying miners and mining engineers, we could pay scientists and engineers that produce a backing for this new type of money. This money would buy people as a stock of value and maybe even used as a medium of exchange. So, in my presentation, I will first show that there is a demand after such kind of money. Then, I will explain this whole concept in more details. And lastly, I will deal with a question why US government might approve this and why people should trust it. There are now many people all over the world who are desperately trying to protect their wealth, often because they are afraid of future inflation in their countries. Basically, Western countries all over the world accumulated such big amount of debts that only way how to get rid of them is so-called inflation going MIR, it's not correct, sorry. Basically, by high inflation reduces value of money. So even if debts in nominal terms are the same, in real terms are much lower. Generally speaking, as hedge against inflation, people can buy with different things. Precious metals, stocks, real estate. But the sound money is the most efficient store of value. Sound money was always in history associated with commodity money, mainly with gold. However, this commodity, which makes money, anything said which has intrinsic value and it is reasonably costly to produce. So, in my presentation, I'm going to show that new, let's call space money, would have all characteristics of commodity money. Even, I freely admit, it will be an unusual one. But firstly, a little of theory how commodity standard works. Under the commodity standard, the supply of the commodity which makes money corresponds with money supply, so it influences the rate of economic growth, the price level, and thus the cost of the commodity production. If money supply is enlarging faster than the economy leads to price level increases. A higher price level, that means that 1 unit of money has low purchasing power, means a higher cost for the production of the commodity, which leads to decreasing pace of the money supply extension, and thus to lower price level, or vice versa, as it is shown on the second slide. For example, if it costs 1.5 ounce of gold, the mine wants 1 ounce of gold. Nobody, of course, will find gold. Thus, this mechanism should sustain a stable price level in the long run, and the value of unit of money will be approximately equal to its production cost. One of the preconditions of the above-mentioned theory is that non-inflationary cost of the production of the commodity remains approximately the same. In reality, cost could go both ways, which lead either to deflation or to inflation. So, a lot of people run on money, commodity money, which production is potentially unlimited, not as well, of course, but the cost of the production of its value, its value, would be stable in the long term. If its production contributed to the long economic growth, it would be even better. Incidentally, just the absence of this quality was one of the biggest disadvantages of the golden standard. But just a commodity which makes money has to be material. If you look at the broad economic definition of commodity as something which satisfies our wants and needs, and it is fungible, there is no such limit. A commodity could be a service, and even could be what I described as a record that service was done. Space transport from Earth to another planet could be such service. If an intangible commodity, like a result of a costly service, has as intrinsic value, which is recognized as useful, or is appreciated for other reasons by sufficiently high number of people, then there will be a demand for it. If it cannot be produced in great quantities by anybody, then by definition, it could become commodity money. Space transport of unit of cargo from Earth to any place in our solar system fulfill these definitions, these requirements quite well, as I would like to show further. Let's call this new money, which would be backed by this commodity, interplanetary currency, IC. I will further focus only on flights to Mars as the best destination, space destination, for many reasons. The publicity connected with the first human flights to Mars is certainly among them.
What goes in that bracket except
I'm sorry.
5 blanks money, which is, what's the word of the what? Last slide.
I see. It's time for interplanetary currency.
Last slide.
I see. Yes, this symbol, simply is symbol, I see, yes?
I see money.
It's stand for as I as interplanetary and C as currency. Oh, it's simply shortcut or something I would say. Yes. Yes, simply you type it, yes. For easy understanding, I firstly assume that there is a market with space transportation to Mars, from Earth to Mars. As I have just explained, we can consider IC as commodity currency, where the commodity is very specialized. It is a result of space transportation from Earth to Mars. To be more precise, IC would be issued only against a successful delivered economic and scientific useful cargo from Earth to Mars with determined number of issued IC per 1 kilogram of delivered cargo. If you look at it from different perspectives, we could say that one IC is a kind of record that some useful cargo of prescribed weight, let's call it packing weight, was delivered from Earth to Mars. If the transportation price, if the market transportation price in dollars for 1 kilogram of cargo, then we could write that issuing price, actually its production cost, is equal transportation price multiplied by packing weight. In other words, what I see is backed by the commodity called the transport of the packing weight of cargo from Earth to Mars. This packing weight will likely increase over the long term as the price of space transportation will probably go down over time. This is a simple example. If transportation price was $2,000 per kilogram and packing weight 2.5 grams, it would be issued for 100 IC per 1 kilogram of delivered cargo, and issuing price, i.e. production cost, would be $5. You might ask an important question: who will issue IC? Because the whole undertaking is about the mistrust of government as money issuer. The issuance of IC must be through a private but completely transparent business. People who would would like that IC would invest in a specially created fund. The fund will then buy for the investor money a corresponding amount of the transportation for the best possible price. Investors will obtain for their receipt a corresponding number of newly issued IC, not only after the successful landing cargo on Mars. It is important to realize that IC wouldn't be anyone's liabilities as fiat money. IC would be distributed after every successful landing to investors who have paid for these flights. The fund would not serve only as manufacturing facility and accounting authority, not as the authority which has a right to issue IC at its own will, in excess of some defined fixed rules. It is quite crucial because you may say that IC is only a piece of paper. It can be counterfeited or destroyed in contrast with gold. But the same could be said about bills, shares, bonds, etc. The physical appearance of money isn't its essential quality. Actually, as you know, the majority of money supply consists of bank money, checking, and savings account. Money is mainly all about trusting that it will be created in such quantities which will significantly diminish its purchasing power. Here is a diagram which shows 3 stages of just this kind of flow of money, receipts, and new created ICs. So, in fact, we could take another look at IC. The original IC could be only records which would be simultaneously kept in many places, perhaps including Mars itself. Because the weight of every file will be easily checked, as well as a number of issued IC, the total number of IC will be generally known. I must drastically reduce my presentation, yes. Maybe some words which be some. You probably can't get it, yes. I presented for some economists. It really took me some time to understand it, but sorry?
I have a question.
Of course, yes. But so far nobody could challenge the basic idea. Probably you don't understand how extremely important this idea is. This idea would solve everything. There will be tens of billions of dollars annually for research, for development, and so on. People all over the world really desperately trying to protect, but they find some assets which we will independent, which will protect against inflation and against government mess. Yes, it could be done, of course, with this stuff. Maybe I only very fastly go through my presentation. These are simply rules which define IC, yes, that production costs would remain same, yes, along the period till all precisely. Rule is that production, this issuing price production cost doesn't drop against initial issuing price. So it's by pure attempt that our schematic picture, yes, how this new currency could look. Yes. Of course, course, in several next years, there wouldn't be any market for space transportation from Earth to Mars. So here I deal with this issue. Yes. This is simply one opportunity how to finance all these things which another speaker presented. Yes. Simply, you could compare it with gold or with platinum. It doesn't matter, yes, how expensive is unit of something. Yes, if people, gold and platinum both serve as no value. Don't it? So this is simply the same principle. So but I really don't have time to go through it. What is intrinsic value of IC? Yes. What's satisfied our wants and needs? Yes. Basically, generally speaking, it is intrinsic value of the Mars project itself. Yes. It promotes economic freedom, science, economic growth, free enterprise, vision of expanding civilization, greater sharing of money, etc. You have to realize that somebody buys IC or accept or exchange IC, this value isn't consumed, of course. It costs nothing of owner of this new currency to support this value. If it would serve as money, as gold, yes, it costs nothing. Now, I think it's laughable for my presentation. The more understanding of IC means more people trust, yes. But it is true, yes. When people realize that this new money simply functions as commodity money, in the same principle, yes, the more trust IC should win. Then, of course, I affirmated the Mars project with exploration and so on. Approvals to the government, yes. So economic growth. Paid by private money, not government money, by private money. It's very important. Not only here, you could compare it, yes, if almost all gold mines were located in the US, yes. If there, very probably there would be substantial foreign demand for such gold value, yes, but it is quite good comparison. So issuance of IC is about future, what kind of future we wish, and what type we wish not. For all reasons, for issuance of IC are found on Earth and not in outer space. Any questions? Please?
How can I spend it?
It's the same as gold, yes?
What?
As it is the same as with gold, yes? People, no, it's completely the same. People buy gold because they trust it.
Okay. But they,
And
as it is at this time, if I have a $5 bill, I can trade it for 5 $1 bills, and there's no cost to the transaction. If I have gold, I have to pay to buy it and I have to pay again to sell it, unless I'm trading with an individual. But how do I, and I have it maybe because I might think that in the future I can buy more with it.
yes, something like, it's not so simple.
Yeah.
Simply, money, set basic free
That
free,
everybody likes.
free main function, yes? A medium of exchange and a store value.
Yeah.
Of course, wonderful, it would be wonderful if this money could serve a so-called parallel currency in some countries, yes?
Maybe.
Is this like Bitcoin?
Not completely not, because Bitcoin is digital currency, yes? It could be basically created out of nothing, and there's an algorithm which prevent, basically you are limited supply which can be created, yes? And this is not limited supply. This is stable value of its creation, you know? Stable cost of its production. It's very important.
It sounds like your proposal is equivalent to some kind of Mars consortium offering stocks.
Sorry.
It sounds like your proposal is equivalent to a Mars consortium offering stocks. And in that case, how is it different from any other company that offers stocks?
Basically, it is not about company, about stocks.
Well,
It
what
is
you're
about
offering is equivalent to a product.
it is about creation new kind of money. It is very important. It is, if you get money, you don't expect cash flow from this. As the service goal is, there's no cash flow from money. Yes, but if people, generally speaking, trust it, yes, then its exchange rate, yes, could go up, yes, and you still make money by in contrast with other currencies.
So what you're basically talking about is equivalent to an option to buy a commodity at a given price, for example.
No.
It's pretty much the same thing though, except the difference is that you're buying mass on the planet Mars instead of a net.
I get my talk set up. You can just take this on.